Okay, the race here today is coming from Nurburgring Sprint Strecke. This is basically the national course of the Nurburgring GP track. It's the shorter layout, has 11 turns, 2.25 miles. Let's go ahead and do the reconnaissance lap thing. So this is a hairpin right before coming onto the front straight. So as normal, you want to carry as much speed as possible onto this. Use all the exit curb. We didn't do that right there. The start-finish line is right here. A little bit tricky getting into turn one. Basically, you're hitting the brakes right around just before this 100 marker, or if on the inside and you can't see the 100 marker, right where that white line bends. Um, the reason this turn is tricky here is it drops away from you, especially on the inside. It's highly banked. You'll see it right as we start approaching it right here. You can see how it kind of drops away if you look to the right here. So you want to have more of an approach on the left. And then after you kind of already got all your braking done, you're really fading off the brakes, then you can go ahead and try to cut in towards the apex. But if you're trying to pass somebody coming up the inside, you're going to lose braking grip significantly as soon as you start getting closer to this turn. You're going to lose basically all front grip as you start coming up on this inside. So that makes this especially tricky. It's easy to run really wide here. It's easy for the inside car to overshoot braking, um, that sort of thing. This next set of turns here, also I think extremely tricky. Uh, See if we can get more of an aerial view to kind of see this. Uh, yeah, that's not great. Guess maybe we'll go back to the chopper cam. Um, so as we come through this, we'll go slow motion. The turn seems to tighten up as you go through here. So you're getting like a late apex here, and you got to kind of get the car turned um, a lot. It's hard to turn the car on exit. And then you're coming towards this next one, and you kind of have to compromise this turn here, meaning not carrying all the speed you could through it because of the next turn that comes after this. You need to stay over here kind of to the left side. You don't want to push too far out to the right because you immediately have a right turn right after this. Um, so this turn eating all the inside of that turn to not run wide here is tricky. Um, the rest of the track is a little more conventional. Uh, Dip right here on that right there. You can kind of hear it as the car dips down there. This is a really fun turn. A lot of people don't quite get right. Clipping enough of that inside. Carrying enough speed through there. We could have carried more. Setting up this one, I turned in a little too early there. Um, you're taking this section right here flat out. But what you're going to do is you're going to approach chicane up here, and we'll slow it down. Basically braking right around the 100 marker right here, this middle of the three signs. Um, and so we'll go slow-mo. So you brake right about the 100 marker on the brake super hard. Start fading off the brake. We're overshooting this one. We missed it. Um, Normally I can take that chicane pretty consistently, which is useful for making up some ground on the competition there. Um, and then you're back to the kind of 180-degree turn uh, here to come back on the front straight. I dove into the pits right here because this was my this would have been a qualifying lap, and I didn't want to get a time, so I could start from the back on purpose. All right, let's go ahead and get to the race. So we are starting. Looks like about 12th or something here. Let's go ahead and do the start here. We'll switch to this view. Let's see, where did we start? We started 10th. Okay.
15 laps.
be nice to have a little bit wider angle of what's going on here. Here we go. So heading into turn one at the start. It's not uncommon for somebody to have an issue here. It's tricky. Cold tires, double or triple file sometimes. We were able to. It's kind of uneventful, but it's hard to see. So we started 10th or so. We'll go from sort of chase camera here. So this outside lane got kind of stacked up here uh, a little bit. Um, so basically, you want to be on the inside, usually going into turn one. It's just the safer spot to be. The outside, you're kind of a victim of whatever else may happen. Um, so I went from 10th to 5th basically by the time we got into turn two. Um, so that was good. Uh, Still kind of getting the tires warmed up, but I felt like we were fast enough to get by this four car even on the first lap. Just I didn't want to push it too much. I give him plenty of space here. Uh, I wasn't sure. He's a little too much on exit there. Um, I just felt we were quicker than the four. I felt like I was lifting a few times for him, so I kind of wanted to make short work of it. Uh, but decided not to challenge first time into the chicane here because cold tires, and I just didn't. I wasn't close enough up alongside. He takes a little bit of a defensive line going into this kind of 180-degree thing before the front straight. We got a great draft. So that's kind of easy work right there in the draft. The tricky part comes down into turn one because now we're on the inside, not messing ourselves up under braking on this uh, sort of contoured entry there. Let's go ahead and switch camera views for a bit here. So that four car behind us overshoots it going into, I think that's turn three, I guess. Um, I think maybe he got caught out thinking that I was going to dive a little deeper into that turn, but I was compromising that one because of the next turn that was coming up. And so I think that may have caused him to like lock up or lose the front end a bit. Somebody lost it through there. Two cars lost it through there now in that dip. So I think that means we picked up a position there. So it says we're in fifth, but I think we're in fourth now because someone in front of us had spun off. And someone behind us, the car right behind us, I think spun off as well. So now we're getting a good run. We're getting a good run on this other car in front of us, other black car. Challenge him under the inside into the chicane. So he kind of had to give way or really put himself at risk. So that's one of those live to fight another day kind of situations he got put into. I'm staying a little bit more to the right than I normally may have gone down the straightaway there. Trying not to make a mistake here, and I did. I went wide through turn one. I got an off track 1x for that, but didn't lose too much momentum. So that turn 2, 3, 4 complex is quite tricky. It's I think what they call compound turns. The exit of one turn immediately puts you into the entrance to the next, and the exit of that one immediately puts you into the entrance to the next. So um, if you don't get one right, you've screwed up the next two automatically. And the third one is the most important one, so you need to do whatever you can to optimize uh, for the entrance and exit to the third in that series of turns, turn four, I believe it is. Um, so it takes a little bit of thinking and planning and practice to figure out what the right line is through there, because you're optimizing for the whole thing, not each one individually. All right, so now we got smooth sailing pretty much. We are in second position. First has checked out. He's pulling away. I think he was averaging about 1.3 seconds a lap faster than us. Um, so we're slowly building a gap back to third. Let's go ahead and skip ahead a bit. See if skip ahead again to lap 6. Still in the same position, I think. Skip ahead to lap 7. Okay. Something happened. We got uh, 5 car on our butt here. Okay. So let's what happened here? So we lost ground, and it's because we looped it going into turn 1. So we get it back going again. That 5 car goes around the outside, and I was surprised when I got back going again how close I was to him. And so I decided to press immediately. There's time left in the race, but I don't know. I just got it in my head that I was going to challenge uh, hard and immediately just to put this guy under pressure. Um, kind of thinking I got by him before getting into the chicane. He knew it. Um, he saw me pulling away for a few laps there. We're on lap 7. He saw me pulling away for, I don't know, 4 or 5 laps. Uh, Therefore, he knows I'm faster. Just keep challenging, keep the pressure on constantly. And so again, going to the chicane was able to get him, and he challenges kind of right back here of not wanting to make it easy, and gets a good kind of entrance to that. But my wider line on exit enables me to carry more momentum, and so even with the draft, uh, we're basically exactly how we were before coming on the front straight. And still take turn 1 kind of aggressive, and this time I don't lose it. Often when somebody makes a mistake, you'll see them be extra cautious the next time going through the turn where they made the mistake. So knowing that and thinking about it, you may want to pressure them there or kind of be all over them at that point. Oh, he misses apex there by at least a car width. We're starting to pull out another car length or 2 on third now. I think we're far enough now that we've broken the draft. He's not getting any help from the air coming off of our car like he had been. So this should make it even easier to pull a gap, a bigger gap, uh, as the laps continue. Uh, so I think, let's see, we have anybody in front of us. Let's go ahead and switch the camera around. We will go cockpit view, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit to see if we catch any lap traffic here. I don't recall if there's anything interesting with lap traffic. I think we caught a couple of cars. It is kind of a big track, though. No, I don't think we catch anybody. Lap 10, lap 11. I thought we caught somebody, maybe. That's a little bit hard to watch for the speed. Lap 12. I don't see anybody. All right, that's about all that I can handle. Um, so let's look at our lap times. Fastest lap was lap 5, 1:44.70. Lap 7 is where we made the mistake in turn 1 and looped it. Immediately got back on pace, 1:40.9, 1:40.8. Got down to 1:40.6 on lap 13 here that we're following along with right now. And so for the results, we finished second. We started 10th, quickly got to 5th, and then picked off those other few cars as it went. So I don't know. That was fun. Thanks for watching.